Mm-hmm. Hey, it's all about on the live on your Wednesday, another edition. It's your boy RKG. Good vibes, good energy. We bring to you every single Wednesday. You know, every Wednesday we invite you to invite your friends, to tell your friends it's all about on the live with your boy RKG and Beast. And tonight real interesting, yo. Tonight real interesting. I'll tell you why. We have Peter C. Lewis on the live tonight. We have MX Prime on the live tonight. So these are guys that paved the way for many of us in the music industry. These are guys with a lot of knowledge about a lot of different things in life. So we're gonna get up close and personal with Peter C. Lewis tonight, and also MX Prime, Maximus Dan, Maga Dan. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a vibe. So trust me. So Bass is gonna join me shortly on the live. How was your week? Hit him up. Let me know. How was your week thus far? I mean, today is only Wednesday. All right. What you have in store for the rest of the week? What happened this week? I seen Penko on the live. Big up Piper. Piper, what's up, Piper? Everything good? Us no. Alright, so go share the live. That is the old mission. Right now is just a share as much as possible. On the live. Without apology, we bring to you the man, the one, the only, Peter C. Lewis.
Oh, it's way past my bedtime, you know.
But past your bedtime now. Never. You young still. You have a lot of zest in you still.
What?
A lot of zest in you. I wanna big up Maxine Richards on the live. I seen Maxine on the live. Beast on the live. I see, but like, but wow, Beast sticking on me tonight. Beast is out of the country. A matter of fact, he's in New York. She's gonna join us from New York. Yeah. Man outside.
Man outside, but
Yeah.
I need to go outside too. Why doing here?
What he giving me the backdrop. What's the backdrop that picture?
Yeah, we outside. Yeah, right foot.
We outside. Yeah, man.
The man had the headphones and everything.
Yeah, I keep my ears warm, boy. Cold out here. It's cold out here. It's brick out here.
Oh, cool. What's the temperature like out there right now?
Yeah, right now we like a little 58, nice fall weather, a little chilly. You know? Yeah, nice weather. What's up, Peter? See you good?
Normal.
All right, nice man. Like you know, wake up, boy.
You know, Peter see looking like he really wants to sleep. You know? I don't know. Peter, this life is alive. Be live out.
I now tell you, it's way past my bedtime, and you figure I joking. It's way past my bedtime.
somebody on the live say singing PRM songs, election in Tobago.
Oh gosh. And you have on here. Where's that? Already have on a burgundy. Where in it?
Greatest PNM, what I go tell you.
All right. Yeah, your boy RKG, boy. I mean, I'm Peter C, boy. Yeah.
No, Peter. Welcome to the live, Peter. You are what we might call we can call you icon as yet. Where's the difference between an icon and a veteran? ABS?
I have no idea.
You asking me? Icon and a veteran. Well, a veteran is somebody who's been in the game a long time, number of years. You know, stamped his name in the game. And I guess an icon is somebody who people look up to, who's been in the game a long time. Who's been, there are many veterans who are, icons who are not veterans who may not be icons. So
what category you put Peter C. Lewis in?
A veteran icon.
Yeah.
A veteran icon.
People, go share the live. Go invite your friends, share the live. We have Peter C. Lewis on the live. Before we get into Peter, because this is a journey here where we normally have the artist, and before we get into Peter C. Lewis himself, how has the pandemic been treating you?
Surviving. Plenty things happening in this pandemic, Real thing happening to me, As a man, get married just before the pandemic, get divorced in the pandemic. So, real thing.
What?
Yeah.
Married and
You get
divorced.
married before the pandemic and get divorced in the pandemic.
Yeah. Just before the pandemic, I get married.
So that means that marriage didn't last for 2 years then.
What, 2 years? For 6 months?
Wow. Well, I guess the pandemic brought out the real things, you know. Then if somebody stay with you during the pandemic, you'll know if they really love you or not.
Well, no, it was. Now I can tell people as a big man, you know. I get married and divorced, you know.
Wow. All right.
So it is.
Was a red woman, A red woman,
Oh God, she was a nice woman.
You know he like red woman.
Oh God,
He like
Peter,
red
see,
woman.
boy, you know that's your weakness.
woman.
That we weakness, Peter, see, that we weakness.
She was a nice woman, but she wasn't ready to marry to me yet. That's what I can say.
Wasn't right. She was a younger woman. Was she younger than you?
Yeah, a little bit younger than me, but you know.
Ah, okay. When I say a little bit, probably 10 years
That's
younger.
it was not a situation of the age.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It wasn't. We just wasn't ready for that. You know.
So why get married and how you reach this step to get married and it wasn't ready? You didn't know it wasn't ready before?
It was a long story. Right? I just decided, I say, hey, let me do this. I rush and do it, and then to be honest, it was like I just do it. It didn't have God in it, so it just didn't last. And when you don't put God in nothing, it just, you know,
Right.
as a man supposed to know better than that. I'm supposed to go to church and marry in that church. I think I never do that. So how you expect the thing to last? Eh?
True.
So anybody
You have to put God in.
So anybody who get married in the red house, that is a disaster then.
I never say that.
Okay.
People get married in the red house.
No, that's asking.
Peter see somebody wants to know if she was a UNC.
Oh my God. No.
She probably was.
No.
She wasn't that.
Yeah. There no politics there. Well, I mean, it happens, Peter. See, you know what I mean? It happens. But at least you learn from your mistakes, and you ain't going down that road again.
That's my pandemic experience, right? You know.
Yeah, that is it. Well, that is the experience. Eh? I hear that yet for the pandemic. That new to me. You get married right before the pandemic and divorced in the pandemic. That can go down in the Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah, that going on in the history books.
Yes.
No, Peter. We want to get in. I mean, you're a man of many talents, right? You're a man of many talents. Sometimes I feel personally, you know, a lot of people in the game. I told Base that before. Don't really get the credit they really deserve in this place we call the industry. You know what I mean?
Industry.
Yeah, man, that you paved the way for many, right? I remember personally, and I don't know if I want to kind of juggle a memory, right? I remember going to a fest. It was the year that Marshall left the band and you was the lead singer at the time, right? It was a fest. I can't remember where it was. West. It was West Side. It was West Side. It was you and Roger George. Remember what I'm talking about? So many fests. So many fests. And Peter was on the stage base. I see Peter hold along the band like a real boss, like a real entertainer.
He had to.
And not many entertainers could do this where you perform for 2 hours on a stage and have a crowd. You know what I mean? The crowd in your hands and do covers.
It wasn't always like that. You see, the first time when Marshall leave the band, I remember that clear as day. The first fete was in the paddock area. And I remember every man Jack stand up and watch me with a handful and stand up and like stare me down to see where Marshall ready now there, boy. And not a man
Where Marshall, boy? Where's your boy? Where Marshall, boy?
Eh?
Yeah. You know them tunes on them.
Yeah, not a man move. That first fete, not a man move. It wasn't nothing about the sixth fete around there. So by the time we started to do, because remember it had Traffic, it had Roy Cape, it had all other bands around them time. So in them time Traffic was the band. So Traffic, them start up, they all Colonel and them start up, they watching me. And then the corner there, and they start up, they watching me. And that's a man Jack move. And they say, boy, we will catch them tonight. And it was true. I mean, people was rocking the traffic, and that was the thing there. And then it was at night we went up Arima,
Mm.
and we play after traffic in Arima, and we catch them. They we say nice,
You mash them up.
and then we come down from Arima. We come straight down to Anchorage, and play before them in Anchorage, and mash up the place again. And from then, it was like, you know.
I think that Anchorage Fest. I think I was in the Anchorage Fest. Was that fest? Was that fest?
I personally never get the crowd to move until it was Glow, because as an artist, you just see things and you just realize things. Like for me, I used to always like for example, the fets in Pier 1 and thing. I would like them fets because I find I would get the crowd to move then. So in Anchorage,
right.
I used to like them kind of fet because, you know, hey, it was nice, but and them fet in Pier 1 and Mobs 2 and things.
I said the uptown stush people. Just say it now, man. I said the stush people.
No,
that was his stush boss.
No. It was easier to handle the crowd. To me, it was a mindset thing. It was easier to handle the crowd.
Right.
So we, for example, we perform in Pier 1, like we say the Thursday night, and then the Friday night is license sings or one of them thing, right? And when we go by license sing there, everything, and it's like, oh my God, the people that stand up and watching me like, what the hell going on here, boy?
Yeah, them grown people had to move.
So it was only until that fete in Mobs 2 white, all white. I can't remember what it was, something all white. Being all white. And that was that night, because Vincent used to tell me acting, it used to be in my ears all the time. Boy, would I do it so? Boy, would I do it like this? And every single night that man would come in my ears and tell me something. And that night, that was a Monday night. I'll never forget. A Monday night, sit down on that stage, and I started crying. I said, God, if me get this tonight, I said, I'm done with this soca thing. I'm done. I'm going back.
That is it. You're done. You pack up.
Done. I swear to you, I'm done. Right? I remember going up on that stage day, and that was the first night I get the crowd to walk a mile and a half. When you know the walk.
Yeah.
Somebody said glow. Somebody said glow.
Yeah, go. Yeah, Ian Wilshire, glow. Ian Wilshire. Yeah.
Watch me. I get them to jump, I get them to wave, I get them to think. When that happens like that, you know what that is, to see everybody in white waving, everybody running, the whole party just walk, run, take jump. You know? And I done that, so I go on that stage and I sit down and I start to cry again. And it's because I feel a hand on my shoulder. When I look wrong, so his boy next to me crying with me saying, yeah, Clive, you now get it. You don't understand what I just be going through. You don't understand it. And it was from that night I understood what it was to communicate with a crowd and to get them to do things you want them to do and how you get them to do that and everything. So it was.
So all this was the same year you had Tilly. That was the same year Tilly.
Yeah, that was the same year Tilly.
Oh, okay.
It took a while for me to understand the song that it was and how to get.
Yeah, how to use the song. Yeah.
It took a while for me to get one with the song and how to perform the song. And I mean, you watch people all the time, and all to me, if you ask me who my greatest entertainers and performers are now, I would tell you straight off the bat, Beanie Man used to have it. Right? It was Ronnie McIntosh first, because Ronnie McIntosh had a way he used to communicate with that crowd. First night we went with Chandelier, we went in upper level, and I'm going on the stage and Ronnie come on. Well, yes. Good morning. I said, what the
Yeah.
I said, but look, and the crowd answered him back, and he comfortable and that's why I never understood it. And then years later, I see Marshall get it, right? But it was Beanie Man and Ronnie and Marshall. They had this way they could communicate with that crowd, and they would talk to the crowd, and the crowd would talk back to them. And it's like you're having a conversation with the crowd and everything.
Yeah,
and you're
interaction.
Not like shouting on people and say, hey, come here, put your hand in the air, jump away. It's not like that. It's like, well, yes, well, all right. Where you going? You're good? Hey. RKG boy. Yeah. You will catch up after the show, right? But listen,
Talk sing, kind of talk sing.
And you're communicating with the
Yeah.
audience. And you're having that communicate. You communicate. It's like I way and you there and be talking and everybody say, yes, boy, this is a good conversation here. This is a good thing. You understand? Like how you be talking here.
Yeah, just so.
Have to understand how it is to have that same conversation when you're performing.
But all them artists has be talking now.
Nah, but
Some of them is over talking, Peter, some of them is over talk now, eh?
oh yeah, blacks. Oh God, blacks is real.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh
I
god.
just tell blacks that all.
Stop it.
I tell Juice Man, tell blacks don't give you a sermon tonight. It's like blacks want to preach. Yeah.
Pan your belly.
And if
Belly.
the man only perform, like I tell Voice that the other day. They had meant to do some documentary thing. So anyway, so I say anything, and they might be never use it, but I say anything. I say the day Voice learned to sing at me in a party is the day Voice will realize how great he really is. You understand?
Yeah.
That man have a nice voice when they hear him on the record. And then when you go to a fete and you listen to him, be like, yes! That's not the same fella. Oh, God. And it's an art, you know, and it will come with time.
Yeah, but I think what you were saying was like what Ronnie had. I think the artists, especially in soca, always looking for that reaction, always looking for that forward. So when they just singing and they don't get that forward, they want to talk. Yeah.
No, but bass, you are wrong this thing long enough, you understand that. We just
I ain't hear it.
We stop here, yeah.
Yeah, you went
right, yeah.
To win a road match. But it's very treating. It's to get it forward, to win a road match, and to win
a soca man.
That is it. The day we start to make music to deal with people's emotion, that the day soca music will make it. And until then, we have problems. We have real problems with the whole situation.
Wow.
Well, it's been done, you know.
As you mentioned the voice and the singing, and I want to go back to Tilele, that era. But way before that era, you was a sweet man when it comes to the ladies. You used to be singing all them sweet ballads and all them sweet songs. But Tilele now is a power. Tilele is an aggressive song. You know what made you make that transition from being a ballad singer, singing covers like that, to sing a song like Tilele?
From the Bread Boys days. The Bread Boys.
What made me sing Tilele was Marshall. A day we in Brooklyn, and he saying he knew he was leaving the band, and he come down said because on them days we used to live in Brooklyn. Basically, he spent half the year in Brooklyn and half the year in Trinidad, and so we there, and he come down see us on Friday night and say, Clive, you had this song yet for next year? You know I ain't gonna be here. You had this song yet for next year? You know, we just talk to people and then. And he said, no boy here. He said, come now man, you waste time, let me go in the studio. And we went straight because we had the studio right downstairs in the second floor there. And we went in the studio and we started build a beat. And when we started to build this beat, the beat started to sound good. And then after a while, Colonel and them come in the room and they say, yeah boy, this thing sounding good boy. And all of them started to jump and dance to the beat alone. So that's how we know we had something. To the beat alone, they started to jump.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Good vibes,
Farmer passed through and Farmer said, yeah boy, this thing sounding good boy. Hey, nice. And
yeah.
them gone and then boy remain and we finished build the beat. So we had the beat and the song and we know what we wanted to do. And then we came back to Trinidad and I never did anything with it. And then he called me back again and said, Clive, come now man, you know you're wasting time, stop doing that shit now man, you know you have things to do today. And going back in the studio again and we finished the song. So we finished the song now.
Who was the producer of the song though? Who produced the song? Engineer, production.
Marshall.
Oh, Marshall, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you hear that song?
He played the drums and everything. I played keyboard lines, right? And Yeah, Dean play guitar. The band basically, he tell the band what to play, what to put on, and what to take.
Right. So
But
basically arrange the entire song.
he built the whole beat and the rhythm and the thing, and then I put on two
Mm.
little keyboard line, and then he bring in everybody else afterwards to play this and that and whatever. But yeah, so we finished the song now, and he went away. So he gone, and then it was like middle of December, something so. See, he called lady. He say, lady, will you fix that song yet? She say, no. And he started to go off on the phone there. And lady put on the phone and she said, Peter, Marshall is upset. You need to finish the song now. And we say, all right, fine. So we started mixing the song the first time. So our engineer started mixing. And when he heard it, he said, that S song ain't good at all. That is not what we do.
What was back then? Samuel Jack?
Eh? No.
Samuel Jack?
Samuel didn't leave long time.
Okay.
Again, the story, just relax now. I'm telling you the story.
Yeah.
Good.
You can hear what you can remember.
The man do so now. And he called Kenny Phillips from wherever he is in Sweden. He called Kenny Phillips. And he said, lady, they had to go down by Kenny. No. I do this. No. So we go down by Kenny. In them days was tape. Right? So we had the tape thing down there. So when Kenny said, and he started thinking, Kenny said, but how much drum tracks all you have here?
Hold on there.
22 kick and 25 snare. So it was real drums in them times, right? Kenny found a way. Kenny found a way to actually make all of that song fat and thick. And
right.
So when Kenny finished mix it now and he called back in and he heard, he said, that is
it.
Supposed to sound like. That is the song they need. Release that now. So then we released the song and that was it. And thing. But it took me a while to understand, how to, like I told you, how to blend with the song, how to get into the song, and how to, become one with the song. I was toying the world with that song, and if you ask me today, that is my favorite song, I'll tell you no, because
that is not your favorite song, and you sing that song all over the world, all over the campaign, all over all kind of thing. Now, man, Peter, say, oh God.
It's not
why is not your favorite song?
Because, like you all asked just now, you're a ballad man. You used to sing your song and you used to sing it. Why Tilly?
Oh, you wasn't singing.
I understand what Tilly is. I understand the mood and the thing it's supposed to create and what it's supposed to do. I understand that and I appreciate that. And for what it is, I will do it and get you in that zone and do what you have to do when it comes to that. But if
over time you're talking about Tilly.
Favorite personal song I ever sing.
Yeah.
I will tell you no.
So what is your favorite personal song that you sang with the Ecstatic or on your personal favorite song? Whether ecstatic or not, ecstatic or not.
That I do with the band is well, everybody jump up, put your hand in the air, jump up and down like you just
what rhythm was that? That was our rhythm, right?
Yep. It's kind of a time you could feel it in the air.
That was the same rhythm with Rose and thing.
Yep.
Yes, I remember that rhythm,
Yes. That was a big song,
Carnival is the time when you let yourself go to that place in your spirit.
Yes.
And I understand why you would love that, because as a singer you were singing. Yeah. Melodies.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
That is what I love that. You understand? I love that, but it might not necessarily be the one that everybody will like. But me personally, I love that. You understand? And that's what I like. And then after that, I did another one called Well, I'm looking to dance with you over and over. Girl, give me some.
I remember that.
Remember we used to tease about this? Susanna! We used to tease about this.
Hold on.
We used to tease about
this. That was about 17 years ago, Peter? About that?
Boy, that song was like 20 years ago. It's our next one.
Susanna! We used to tease about that, boy. Yeah. Susanna! Because you're red singing that. Susanna!
Yeah, now Cass and them singing up a storm and nobody vexed. So we would sing.
Yeah. Yes, a man before your time, boy. Before your time. But Peter, see, where would you say that soca went wrong? Where did soca go wrong?
I
Interesting
I
question.
wouldn't say soca
What
went
hear
wrong, you
this?
know. I wouldn't say soca went wrong because if you analyze it very carefully,
Real loud, okay.
all the successful people who successful in soca music to the point where it was recognized over the world in the world. Biggest soca song to date. Ask yourself where that person from.
Okay. Well, I will tell you
would
something.
say
I
the
went to
biggest
a club.
soca song in the world? What would you say
I
the
went to a
biggest
club
soca
just
song in the
last
world?
week. Well, listen, I went to a club just last week, all American club. I mean, I'm talking about white folks. You know what I mean? American club, right? The most Caribbean thing they play, where they play a little dance hall. They play a little dance hall. They play a little thing. But a friend of mine tell me they'll play some soca, you know.
Base.
Yeah, man, my mic loud.
The people that them saying your mic are a little too loud, so I don't know if you get.
I don't move it that way.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's loud still. I move it real fast. You hear me? Once again, man.
Right.
All right, cool, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right?
You.
So a friend told me they're going to play some soca. They will play soca. I said, yeah. They will play Tempted to Touch from Rupee, or they will play Turn Me On from Kevin Little. And So Said, So Done, that is what they played. Kevin Little, Turn Me On. That was the only soca song that played for the night in that club. And it's been like that for years.
Now, let me ask you something, right? Where Kevin from?
St. Vincent.
St. Vincent.
All right. But you know what's the biggest soca song in the world to me?
Pull the dogs out? Pull the dogs out?
Hot.
Okay.
Arrow.
You know where Arrow from?
And Montserrat.
Exactly. And there's another song called Tiny Whiny.
Yeah.
Whiny boom boom.
Right. You know who sang that song?
Yeah, who sang over Tiny Whiny?
That fella is Arrow brother.
All right.
Right? So the point I'm trying to make to all of this is these fellas was making music. These fellas was making songs not for competition, not for nothing other than people to just enjoy themselves. That is what they were making music for. I made the point earlier on that we just make music for
competition. Yeah.
Road March and Soca Monarch.
Yeah.
These three things. Now, while those things are good in itself, to me, it is a detriment to the whole thing. Because at the end of the day, you find that most artists will concentrate on those things and try to create music for those things, as opposed to wanting to create music for, for a feel-good thing. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped the singing thing. And I just only sing for, everybody asks me now, where to sing for? I said, only sing for Jesus and the PNM. Because to me, my efforts and my thing will be much more appreciated if I sing in church and if I sing for the PNM. I will feel appreciated because it's the easiest crowd in the world to go and sing for.
Yeah, for the PNM especially.
Anybody here from the PNM, bam, the hand in the air, they really appreciate you and love you. To me, that to me is rewarding to me. Anybody can say what they want, what they want. To me, that's what rewarding to me. You understand? So I am saying
I want us to welcome Maximus MX Prime also on the live, join us on the live. So this is a very interesting live this evening. We have Peter C. Lewis, we have MX Prime, men with a lot of knowledge,
introducing,
a lot of talent. Introducing.
You gotta introduce him, man. Nobody. You're not that voice. You're not that big voice. Nobody. Listen to me.
I'm gonna try a thing. Welcome, Maximus. MX Prime.
My brother. Blessings. How's everybody going?
Everybody good. Everybody good.
Everybody normal.
Nice to see you. Where is that?
Everybody normal.
I real cool.
Good. Be swapping.
I cool, man. Chilling like a villain.
Nice, man.
Nice to see you, my brother. Yeah, man.
Well, welcome on the live, MX Prime. Peter joined us about half an hour ago. We're on the live. This is a forum where we take the opportunity to get up close and personal with the artists. Talk a little bit about history, talk about the music, we talk about the pandemic, we talk about social issues. We just kind of stay away from the politics now, boy.
Of course we do. Of course we do, and we know why.
Tell you something, eh? No, hold on. Don't get me wrong here. Don't get me wrong. You see that talk about stay away from the politics? That is something that is a myth. I will tell you why. Because you see Jay-Z, you see all of them will support who they support, and nobody don't say nothing. From the time we in Trinidad say, hey, we stay away from the politics. Let me tell you something about this whole thing and understand my point carefully.
Oh gosh, you're going into politics.
A political party, right? A political party will campaign, and whoever the artist is will sit for the artist. When that political party form the government, who you take running TSTT and B-Mobile and the same people you go and run down to get endorsement and all them kind of things from. So don't give me that nonsense talk about you don't support politics and you stay out of the point. Because you self go want to get endorsement from the NLCB, you self go want to get endorsement from B-Mobile, you self go want to get endorsement from all them different at the state of it. So pick a side and go with it, and that's the end of that.
That has always been Peter thing. Pick a side.
And that is it.
Pick a side. But you didn't have a stop. Peter didn't have a stop like that. Pick a side.
Not me, partner. Wrong man.
Somebody's taking a stop on pick a side of them. Anyhow, you want to welcome Maximus on the live also. This is a live.
Maximus, boy, you call is it Max? You call him Maximus. You call him MX Prime. Better you call him Edgel Thomas.
Peter, we are drinking.
Bro.
Water.
Anything I comfortable.
No, you see, over the years, Maximus started as, correct me if I'm wrong, it started as Maga Dan.
Yep.
After Maga Dan, we went to Maximus.
Yeah, so it was Maga Dan, then Maximus Dan, then MX Prime.
Then MX Prime.
Yeah.
I've vexed I never things have to play the tune by that time is here again. That time is here again. Peace and Maga with the new one team. Carnival children. You know about that?
Yeah,
From the dark, she's coming to the light. Do you see what I see?
Yeah, we reach her yet.
All right.
But good memories nonetheless.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bass was one of the first people to record me in the soca, raga soca, zone, because before that I used to do dancehall all the time.
Yeah.
I started off doing dancehall in 1996. Shell Shock, God rest his soul.
Yeah, man.
One of the greatest producers in Trinidad and Tobago at that time in the Caribbean. In my opinion,
yeah, man, you ain't like that.
He was a visionary, he was very futuristic, and we gelled really good.
Yeah.
So from the audition that I had with Shock, he said, yeah, we go call you back. And I look at him in a kind of doubtful way. I say, you tell everybody that who came to this audition, you ain't going to call me back. And he look at me a particular way and he say, youth, if I tell you, I calling you back.
I calling them back.
So I was outside Lyman, and then I came home. And those days enough cell phone and things like that. So my mom said, I write on this number here. Some man called from some studio to say that you get through and call this number immediately. So I look at the number, and when I dialed it, I heard a receptionist say, Caribbean Sound Basin, who do you want to speak to?
Yeah.
And I just look up to the heavens and I say, thank you.
Yeah, boy.
And that was the beginning of the journey.
I remember seeing him at you used to work it's Campus Corner, the bookstore Campus Corner. You used to work that?
Yes, CIS Books on Frederick Street.
Right, Campus Corner. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, MX, over the years, I mean, Peter Silver study live, and I know you can vouch for this. When you came in, because I've heard it before, I've heard it from artists like Johnny King, right? Johnny King watch me in the early and say, hey, you're wasting your time, to stay away from that dancehall thing. A lot of artists like yourself started off singing dancehall, where eventually we call it raga soca, and eventually went into full soca, right? And now today we have the Trinidad that real kind of, for some reason, getting numbers in terms of the views and dominating somehow, right? How was your journey, your personal journey though, from the soca man at the time as a man singing dancehall, trying to come into that soca arena?
Well, we had a couple people that, veterans that tried to tell me, that's not you, and, do the culture, do the soca, the authentic thing, that Jamaican thing. But you see, people didn't know me. People didn't know how much I love doing reggae music, dancehall music, how much I am into the culture, right? You could tell any ordinary person that, but you can't tell me that because basically I've been listening dancehall music at the age of 9, 10, around those times. So I used to be glued to my radio listening people like Bass and they when I was a teenager on the radio, listening all the songs, and I used to be attracted by the beats and the
Bass, you're real old boy.
Yeah, old. I'm looking younger than you.
Wow. And let's leave that right there.
That's right.
So, go ahead.
I was always into music on a whole. The very first song I heard, I fell in love with, was The Show by Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick.
Oh my God.
That was back in probably
1986, 1986.
85.
Yeah, 84.
Right. And from the first time I heard that record, I felt that I was supposed to do music. Now, hear the difference of that's a rap song, and I end up doing soca and still doing dancehall and reggae music. I never lose that. Some people tell you, don't do it. It's because I was doing it, I was able to come up with unique songs like Show Me the Hand That Will Last Satan, and all them other songs.
Yeah,
all them different songs are because of me still listening to dancehall music and reggae music and still writing those songs and now still producing those songs. So I never lose my essence. You embrace your culture because at the end of the day, we're born here, right? And we have to always support our own and be as patriotic as possible. But an individual have a choice to represent how they wish to represent. So I try to kind of marry the both worlds. So veterans try to tell me, don't do it. Do your thing. But when they realize that the jinga in me was so strong, just leave the boy and do your thing.
No. The question I want to ask Peter here, Peter, when you knew at the time in your era, right? Maximus, new artist on the scene. What were your thoughts on Maximus Dan back then? Or Maga Dan, I believe it was Maga Dan back then, right? When you heard of Maga Dan, I've seen that you are soca man doing soca at that time. You and that man singing dance, so coming into that soca vibe. What were your thoughts on it?
We had no thoughts on it. He was normal. He was we brethren. We was just liming.
It was good. There no thoughts.
It was music.
Yeah. No. The reason I asked the question because you on the live and you are man already in the industry. And as he was saying, there are people in the industry as veterans or older guys in the industry wasn't really feeling it at first.
No, I would be
for me, it wasn't like that, because we used to be singing all kind of cover version of the same kind of reggae song, and then we find Maximus and them when Maga Dan come on the scene and they doing things. It was good for us to be wrong then because them was the fellas that was hip at the time. You understand?
Youth, right?
And he said, "This is Maga Dan. This is Maga Dan," and he's singing anything. We used to like to come on stage with him and he used to come in the band and sing with me. And we embrace the thing. We never look at it as this sort of thing. We embrace that because you find that.
So you all didn't fight it.
We are fighting that for. You don't fight them things.
But as MX said, when I was the first person to record them in soca, there were particular artists who tell me, "But we're bringing that dancehall man anything there for." And I was just saying,
they tell you that.
Yes, a big one tell me that. We're bringing them.
Who was those artists?
I'm not gonna say anything.
I feel it's Ronnie McIntosh.
Wow.
I feel it's Ronnie,
You see, in our thing, I understand. Ecstatic was a progressive view then. Yeah. We never look at things like that because we used to get that from a lot of people. See what them trying to do when they're doing that with the diet that we were thing. So you find that we could have identified with Maga Dan and them because we was going through the same thing too. You understand?
Yes, yeah.
And that is what it was. So you find that we wasn't fighting that, we was embracing it.
And to add to what you're saying, Peter, right? Some people don't know this, so we're gonna say this now. They don't know the history. I actually went to Jamaica at the age of 18 and recorded on an authentic dancehall rhythm. Yes. So I wasn't somebody who was just dabbling with the thing. I went and I was supposed to stay, and I chose to come back to Trinidad and Tobago. They said to me, if you want to pursue this career, you have to come and live up here. At that time, we can't communicate like this. No way, you know, me, an 18-year-old boy, you know, still trying to figure out my way in life, could be in contact with your family via FaceTime or the internet, wherever. Didn't have those things. So you would have been on an island literally by yourself. I wasn't ready to change my life like that. So I came back to Trinidad and Tobago, and that's when men like KMC said, boy, you know what we could do? We could mix up the thing.
I mean, this is Maga Dan.
Before that.
Yeah.
Right? Before that. Yeah. Because those times KMC had Bashment Carnival and Soca Bashment and all them different things. So we used to talk all the time about how we gonna try to bring a different element of the music out with the likes of Bunji Garlin and wrong. Because Bunji and I used to open for bigger Jamaican acts.
Big concerts and thing, concerts and thing. When you're at concerts,
I opened for Fugees and Supercat in Concert Capital at the age of 17 or 18, somewhere around there. So I wasn't looking to do any soca music at all, you know. I was dead set that this is what I like, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do
so
it.
once I said that MX song on the Voodoo Man Rhythm is still one of my favorite songs, but go ahead.
Give thanks to the support. So I was dead set on what I wanted to do. And I always advise young people, if you believe in yourself that much, and you put the time, the effort, the talent, and you take the necessary advice to push yourself forward, right? Even if it is you don't end up where you want to end up, at least you tried. And I achieved what I set out to achieve at the age of 18. Some people are 45 and 49 and 55 and still have not done what they set out to do. So I did that quite early, right? And I was proud of myself. But then guys like Signal to Noise and they who are still very close would say, Max or Maga, you know what you had to do? You had to kind of communist soca thing. The soca thing need them only youths, right? Bring yourself, bring your vibes. Don't worry about what nobody's saying, because he was experimenting as well, doing remixes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So everybody was in this experimental stage, like what Peter is saying, right? We all were experimenting. So it was the age where those artists came to the fore. Of course, the older guard, right, the veterans may have had an issue with it, but we stayed in our section and they kept in their section. And when we met, it was always a good vibe.
There are no choice. But I will always say that those names you called before, like the KMC and the Bunji, I mean, this is why one of the reasons why I myself was encouraged to sing soca in the first place is to get youths involved, because youths was not on the soca at all. Youths was just on dancehall. KMC used to bring dancehall records, used to press dancehall records from Jamaica and bring it for the same me and Signal to play. And we used to sit down and tell them, listen, this is songing authentic, you know, you're songing like a Trini, trying to sing, you know, Jamaican music, right. You know, do soca, and he cuss sweet. And then a year after you do Bashment Carnival, and that was it. The hell with you, KMC?
I want to ask Peter, no, it's at that era, because as Maximus said earlier, when he sang on that rhythm, where he saying from the dark, she's coming through the light. That was a big rhythm. What was the name of the rhythm again? Filthy rhythm. That was the Filthy. That was a big dance rhythm back in the days, and Maximus was on that. That was
Main Street.
Yeah, well, mainstream.
That and Showtime came out the same year.
Right.
I actually heard the Showtime rhythm before it even come out in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. When I land, those guys came to Main Street Records with me 45 and say, you see, this rhythm is going to change the world. It's going to change dancehall and going to change music forever. And up to today, you still hear that vocal shot being sampled in every style of music.
Style of music. Now, Peter, you were singing R&B when you came on, right? Now, dancehall, for some reason, dominated or still dominating in our era, even in our time. Why do you think it was so hard for a local artist to sing R&B back in your time? And still in this time, it's very difficult.
I wouldn't say that it was hard in them times.
Because you don't understand what you're doing things for, eh? And entertainment is a broad spectrum. So when you, as an entertainer, you come out here entertaining people, you not in particular one genre. you are entertainer. So if you are entertainer and you in the so if Trinidad and Tobago is a real tourism place, right? And you go to a hotel, you'll understand that you have to, as an entertainer, you have to sing all genres of music to entertain the people,
Right.
right? And that is what we used to do. That's what I used to do. When you started to define yourself now as an artist, and you started to come out and you started to realize as an artist, you define yourself. And this is where you're going and you realize this is where you're going. Then you choose that part and you go to that part because that is what you're going to do now. Because people now start to hire not to sing no R&B cover, but they hire to sing your song because your song has been successful. Your song has been taken, and when they want to see you, they want to hear you sing your song. So that now is what has defined you. But when we started out, I started out just because I just wanted to sing. It didn't care what. I just wanted to entertain, and that is what I did. So you'll find that I used to sing reggae, I used to sing dancehall, I used to sing everything. I used to try to sound like everybody.
And plus, you had the forum to party time, which allowed you to explore different, genres of music. It wasn't like a one secular kind of thing.
No, I was telling somebody the other day. You see, men like Cliff Harris and Roy Maraj, them two fellas gave a lot of artists in this country the opportunity to be who they are today. And them fellas and them, we had to have some kind of hall of fame for men like
them fellas is over
like Flower Mill and Brass Festival and them kind. You don't understand. Them men put on them kind of fets to give people the opportunity because remember I told you all, right? When Marshall left the band and we stand up and we come with the first fet, that first fet in the part, okay, when everybody stand with their hand full watching the band perform. And we performing hard and singing hard and doing everything we normally do, but everybody just start watching the band. And then we went to our next fet, and you don't understand, around Carnival time, those fets gave us, the artists, a chance to become who we are, right? And now you find out that the thing changed up in such a way that artists now, everybody going to the parties and they're singing their own song, they're singing their own thing. It's not like nobody entertaining nobody anymore because everybody, from the time you record a song, you feel, well, hey, I supposed to be out there, I supposed to take it. And then when you go to a party and you start, me personally, I live to see the whole thing change. So to answer your question,
evolution.
Boy, RKG boy, I started off singing that kind of music just because I just wanted to entertain people. And that's how I started. And then as time went by, I just began to basically fine-tune myself and get into my zone and realize what I am and realize where I'm going and did that. So from time to time, I will go back into singing, the R&B and singing anything because I love it and that's what I do. But understand that when I go to perform for somebody who perform anyway, they hire me because Peter sing some songs that they like and they want that entity. That's what they want. So I will go and give them
especially
that.
those PNM songs.
Right?
Yeah, but I want to correct something that RKG said, right? The R&B was accepted back in the day because back in the days we had bands like Fireflight, we had Wildfire, we had Cali, and those are bands that used to singing R&B out there.
I'm being educated there because remember I was out there back in those days.
Yeah, but you didn't have to be out there. You don't know your history. You didn't have to be out there. Just know your history.
Well, I'm learning.
You're going to learn today. Yeah.
Base, listen. People out there still want to do it, It's just that they don't have the avenue by which to do it. Because they have some young boys, some young girls somewhere out there who just want to entertain and sing. But there's nowhere in
No, but if blacks want to sing R&B,
there's Lou Johnny Gifted. I don't know Lou Johnny Gifted.
No, but if Roy K. Paul says and blacks want to sing R&B in the middle of a thing, he could sing R&B if you want blacks at the voice to sing R&B.
Yeah.
If they want to, but everybody wants.
Understand what I'm saying to you? I don't think everybody want that base. I honestly feel. You see, and it's how you get exposed to different cultures. You see, like if you go on Antigua and you're going to one of them hotels and you listen to one of them band play, you'll realize the band has different sets and they will perform an R&B thing and they will perform this thing because of the visitors that come to the hotel, and they try to please everybody. But then they will still give them their own culture, which is the soca and the carnival, and they will sing all of these soca songs there. You go in there, you'll hear a band singing your song and all bass, and that's what it is, because they want to give everything. So I'm saying to you that because the culture of Trinidad and Tobago is the way it is, we don't have that kind of hotel vibes where people come Trinidad of the ship and they come down here and they want to get them piece of where they come from and they want to entertain them. We don't have that here. So you find that the point I was making is that from the time a man sing a song now and he do his thing, and you hire him in a party and you go in a little fete, he want to run out there and sing his thing because that is what he feel that they commanded to hear.
No, he want to run out there and mash up because the promoter ain't go hire him if he ain't mash up. He ain't mash up if he ain't mash up, the promoter ain't go hire him. And the promoter go hire him if he ain't mash up, Peter boy. You want him to come and sing, oh, Susanna. And people stand up and watch him. Can't do that, you don't mash up.
That's what you feel, bass.
So that's all the culture is.
No part.
Based talking about DJ perspective and a promoter
DJ, promoter, artist perspective, everything. Right? Let me talk about talking about different. Alright, okay, well maybe we could agree to disagree. But talking about different genres, I don't believe anybody has dabbled in more genres than MX Prime. I mean, talking with EDM, the man could do hip hop, the man could do dance, so the man could do anything. And
I want to go there. I want to go there because I want to ask Maximus, MX Prime this question, right? I keep saying Maximus.
Yeah, boy, but you're calling me old.
No. Me coming into the game. I remember. I mean, I started off in Link Up Studios, right? MX, you would know that.
Serious?
So when I came into the game, I was seeing.
What? You're still there? You're still the producer again, no? You can go
Come down from there.
Okay.
Come down from there. I started in Link Up Studios, right? And I remember seeing Maximus and Diamond D at the time. So I see these guys in the studio. I became a fan because I was a big fan of Bounty Killer, Spragga Benz, Baby Sham back in the days, Super Cat. And I see this fella, this fella have a real heavy voice like Bounty, you know, and the man have a vibe, but he's singing soca. So I became an instant fan because that is the lane I wanted to go. You know what I mean? And I have seen MX on the high. When I tell you the high, I remember going a watercolors. All right? And that is the era when they had things like Woody and them, all them things kicking away. And he was in a soca fest, right? And he burned. When I tell you burned down the place, like Capleton burned down the place. Forward from beginning to end of the show. And I saw that and I was like, wow. I also had the privilege of being part of a concert. I can't remember the concert, but I think that was that was when Nicki Minaj came. MX, you performed there. I was one of the opening acts for the show too. And I seen the same MX on stage performing these same songs, but the crowd is not as receptive as they were back then. Listen to this, listen where I'm going. Follow me. And then now, I was like, wait, I said, but this is the same song I saw how many years ago, Maximus touring on the place, and he's singing it now, but people not as receptive, right? Then we moving forward now. City go burn down with jamming still. Maximus dropped that song. And I am looking at Maximus performing in Arima, your pet self, bass, Arima Velodrome.
Yeah.
And Maximus is getting the same forward he got how many years ago?
Forward comeback.
Right? Same Maximus, same talent, same person. Where's the reason for that?
Trinidad.
Different audience, different time, different energy. Plain talk, bad manners. Yeah. If you're a performer, you would know that. You will run out and score a hat-trick today. And the next game, you go without scoring goals. Doesn't mean that you lose form, you know. Right. It depends on the defense that you meet. It depends on the service of the ball that you get, right? It depends on if you wasn't feeling 100% fit because you probably played 2 games in a week and now on the weekend time to play domestic football, you're not fit enough, so you get substituted. Of course, the media is going to say, you ain't score, you're not in form, maybe somebody should take your place. But consistency is the key because that Nicki Minaj audience, that was 10 or 15 years after that Watercolors.
Right.
So those kids who came to that show, they came to hear hip-hop and all Nicki songs, right? And anybody youthful that was hitting at that time. So you had to know your audience, right?
Yeah,
so even though I did what I had to do, I had to sing my song. My duty is to sing my songs, right? And educate them. I was one of the artists who was never afraid to sing something brand new to an audience without radio airplay, because the power of the artist has to always remain strong. We always have to be in control of our own destiny. Yes, we need the DJs. Yes, we need the publicists. Yes, we need the print media to do interviews and stuff like that. But the power needs to start and end with us. So I never despair. You know, a lot of people see it as, boy, you know, the people ain't feeling you, right? There are many reasons for that. But an artist who understands that not every night you will go out there and get the same amount of forward or reception from an audience need not feel dejected in no kind of way. So if that answers your question,
well said, well said, Everett. Peter, what do you think about the Trinidad movement?
I think it's excellent. I think them fellas and them find a way and an energy to express themselves, and I'm glad for them. Happy, I'm real happy for them. I mean, it has some nice things. It's my son introduced me to that, you know. The little boy at the say, Dad, listen to this. And I said, whoa, what's that? He said, this boy from China, right? And the first time he said, Melanjos, or them kind of thing. I said, what's that? I said, wow, okay. And the guy who died, what's his name? The boy who went
K-Lion.
He was playing that thing for me like about a year or two before, a year and a half before it actually got big. He was playing that for me. My son was playing that for me. I said, but look at this. That's when it only had about what 1,000 views or something on YouTube when it now come up. And then as months passed, it started to get bigger and bigger. And I said, but that is good music. That thing real good. He has some nice songs, boy. And then when I started to hear more from him, I realized, wow, this fella have talent. This thing. So
he can sing, yeah.
I tell you all of that to tell you, I've lived to see where, you know, long time you used to hear people say, what the young people singing now is not music, that ain't good, that ain't thing. When I was now coming out, that is what they used to say when I was going
Same
around.
thing, yeah.
That's what they used to say. That music all this singing now ain't making no sense, forget that, right? So me now, in my little old age here, can't come around and say, what them fellas singing now, is it because times change, people change. The only thing that, you know, the only thing that is constant is change, right? So you'll find that now, that is the music of now. We have to find a way instead of hating to embrace it. It's the same way they were talking about Maximus when he now started, how you know, how it was to take, and then based on saying, well, that some men will say, that nonsense, don't sing that. It's the same kind of thing. Just that these guys found a way and have a name for it, and they're doing the thing, and it's all power to them. And I find that my only issue I find though is that the violence, boy, the violence and the thing.
The lyrics,
they widen the spectrum.
But hold on. And the thing against that, I mean, that is my personal view of mine, because I believe that what you feed your mind is what you eventually manifest, right? And you find that when you find it have all this violence against women in the society and this and that thing, if you think back about it and you understand where that whole thing is, you'll realize that what you feed your mind plays out in reality. So you have to find a way. They have to find a way to mix that whole thing, and if that is what their reality is, well, power to them. But they have to find a way to learn to respect women in the music and learn to come out with that. And I think that when they do that, it will go worldwide and do what it has to do. Understand our culture, understand what they're singing about. That's fine, but still find a way to respect your women and find a way to always glorify, you know, and be.
You're singing old, Peter. You're singing old. You're singing old. You're singing old. You're singing like an old man. I'm singing like an old man. No, I did already. No, I'm not just. I just saying that.
Peter, bass in final. Bass playing young boy right now. Bass in far.
No, but what I will tell you is, hearing those things that you're saying there now, they will tell you that you're sounding old. But it's good thing you're saying. I agree 100% with what you're saying. But you know, they will tell you you're sounding old.
No,
No,
it's
no,
not that.
MX.
It's reality. The truth about life is, you know, they say life is imitate art. I mean, if you keep listening to something all the time, right? I mean, look at that boy. He's singing that tune was, you know, it was real popular, right? I mean, power to him. I see that song mash up real fat and thing and he get forward and he get thing. But at the same time, you know, it's a reality where he sing, but still, I just find that you have to
It should
find
have
a
a
way to make
balance, a balance, a balance. They could balance it off, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
My thing with dancehall back in the days, I will go dancehall back in the days had a balance. Bounty Killer could have still hit here with a gunman tune, a girl's tune, a conscious tune, and it had balance. A balance, a balance.
All right,
MX,
MX, hear this.
I mean, but then when we was young, and we seen that, right?
Listen, I'm an
RPG. When we was young, we wasn't seeing it like that.
Yeah, true. That was we said. We didn't love that. We love that.
No,
nobody ain't play more gunman song than me.
Yeah, but understand what I'm telling you. It's like I could see it from my perspective now because
I corrupt a whole generation.
Because because you see, what you don't understand.
But the man talk to the life freezes.
When he was young, you think like a child. Now you're old, you think like a man. And
Right.
You think like a man, and you will see what these things are. And if you're in a position to show somebody, hey, I lived that before, I understand that before. Hey, it really mean good, you know. You will do so. I mean, it's the same way I could tell my children. I could tell them all I want to tell them. Don't do this or don't do that. But then go watch me and say, but Daddy, you used to do that when you were sick. I say, yeah, but oh God, I don't understand what I'm telling you. Don't do it. You understand?
Yeah. But it comes down to parenting too.
But Daddy, look, you used to do X, Y, A, B, C. And I say, well, one day. So you have to find a way to make it work. And to answer your question, I like what the boys and them doing. I like the music.
Of course, the movement. I love the movement.
I will encourage them. All I will encourage them to do is try to be more positive towards women in the thing. That's all.
In the music. Yeah. All right. I want to go here with MX. MX, we had an era of the caravan. That was the era. Right? The General Grant. You were also part of that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I was like in the tail end of the caravan.
Tail end, right? MX,
he was in the
Super Child. We had General Grant, that era, right? Sister and all of them. And then it dropped. The energy, the vibe, the music play for a while, it stopped. Then we had the reggae all-stars era. That was big. Sasha, Million Voice, you know, Zebulon, all these guys. Then that went down. These guys are still here. These guys are still doing music. Don't get me wrong. But the hype, right, of it dropped. Now we have the Trinidad.
Yeah.
Do you think the Trinidad is going to sustain?
I think it will. I would be based on the fact that they have the platforms, they have the following, they activate, you know, they always, you know,
they have unity.
They have unity. They know who their audience are. Right? At the end of the day, they always in studio, they posting stuff, they putting out records, they have their audience, they don't need, I shouldn't say they don't need radio, but radio is not a big part of their plan.
It's not
They much like Cox and Dodd and them guys and them back in the day in Jamaica that used to take their music from parish to parish. That's how song systems start in Jamaica. The songs that didn't get play on radio, guys used to take it, set up, play music till morning. These guys have a modern way of doing it. They're using all the platforms to get their point across, their music across. They're not afraid to hire, or when they get a little bit of money, they make sure a cameraman, they buy a camera.
Yeah.
So they well document this stuff so they can post on time.
They have a real industry, I want
to make up overtime, Titi. That is Nigel.
Yeah, man.
Nigel, tell us. Nigel on the live. No, yeah, Nigel. That if they stay alive long enough.
Well, I let me tell you something. For me, even my enemy, I wish long life, health, and strength. So I wouldn't even go down that road.
But watch me, it has so much of them.
We ain't talking nothing that about death right now. Everything is about life.
It has so much of them if one go another one come up.
Right? No? So at the end of the day, Michael Jackson passed, the industry survived. Whitney Houston passed, Elvis Presley passed, the industry survived. But as long as we have we encourage the artists and them, just much like what Peter was saying, encourage them to balance the thing, right? And they will find themselves eventually. That is our hope, you know, our prayer, because we are creative people and all creative people have to stick together. Many times we will have our factions because, you know, we good with this one or we good with that one, but we are all a part of one fraternity, which is the creative fraternity. So I will encourage creativity. Eventually individuals, you know, with long life, health and strength and people around them to guide them and give them the proper advice.
Well said, well said.
We will all advance, because the Kiskadi Caravan was our wave. But before that had Fresh Fest and all them different things.
Yeah, man.
Where it had people like Star Child and they were
The big
that wasn't
scene.
even my time. I was a baby in those times, right? Where all the Howie T and all these guys and them came to the fore. So that was one of the waves, right? Party Time was a wave, right? That facilitated the Kiskadi Caravan. And after that, you see, the Reggae All Stars came, right? Every wave encourage the younger artists coming up who were in school, who wanted to be a DJ, who wanted to be an artist, who wanted to be a producer, to come to the fore. So as long as these guys, right now the little 13 and 14-year-olds looking at them and they're asking daddy, don't buy no sneakers, somewhere. I still want the sneakers, but buy a computer. Right? Because I want to be a DJ. I want to be a producer. So we know in the education sphere of things, need to know, invest in that, because we need to get those talented people to be the next biggest thing out of Trinidad and Tobago. Next 25, 30 years, these people should be really and truly doing the things that we want oil and natural gas and all these things to do. So for me, I will always encourage and I will always say, create. Yes, we know the violence thing is a wave right now that will attract everybody, because you're looking at the numbers. If I don't sing this, if I don't sing that, I feel like out of the mix. But if you're a true artist, right, you will find your voice. You will find what you want to say, regardless of what is popular. You stick at something, you keep the quality high, you be innovative, you be resilient, you go on stage and you perform the hell out of your songs, and you show people the real you. Eventually you're going to make a breakthrough. And you're not just doing it for here. You are doing it for the world.
Yeah.
For the time you put something out, it goes to Japan, it goes to Australia, it goes to different parts. So you can't limit yourself, man.
Yeah. I asked Peter this early on, right? Now, 20 years ago, 21 years ago, when I was out there DJing in these clubs in New York City, I was playing Kevin Little, Turn Me On, and Rupee, Tempted to Touch. And I went to a club Saturday, MX Prime, an American club, you know what I mean? Oh my God, if you see these snowflakes.
That's your two favorite thing, eh?
Yeah.
That's your two favorite thing, eh? You get the two songs, eh?
Where's that?
Tempted to Touch.
Yeah, oh, okay.
And Turn Me On, eh?
Yeah, but you know, man. Right? If you see these snowflakes, oh my God, these Asians, these Caucasians, I'm in this club, and 21 years later, I'm hearing all the new reggaeton songs. I'm hearing all the new Afrobeat songs, Kilometer, Essence. Oh, you don't need no other body. I'm hearing all the new hip hop, all the new things. And I'm still 21 years later hearing Turn Me On, and Tempted to Touch. I see only two soca songs. Where are we going wrong, MX Prime? What the hell?
I don't think it's a question of where we're going
You're
wrong.
not going wrong nowhere.
I waited on this answer too. I waited.
It's what we're focusing on and what we're promoting and pushing, because there are many songs that have been released after that and before that, right in Trinidad and Tobago here, that was of the same nature. Love Up,
the potential,
Carol, and all these different songs back in the day, right? You would always find a song that has international appeal being produced, right? Up to this very moment, even in soca and the groovy soca aspect, there are artists who have that flavor. But at the end of the day, we never focus on that as something that we should push and promote and create a kind of subgenre for it. Because if your reggaeton came, that was an offspring of dancehall.
Easy scars.
Right?
Yeah.
Afrobeat is also an offspring of dancehall.
Correct.
Right? So, but these people decide that they're going to lobby and push and make this a genre. Sometimes when a man do something perceived to be weird, right? But it work, everybody jump on it, right?
Yeah.
The only way for us to be able to develop something, more people need to be a part of it and need to say and send a strong message that this is a genre. And
all right.
At it.
But
MX, I want like MX and also Peter to answer this question, right? Because the Scarface on the
Peter
live.
say something now. What kind of moderator you
Peter,
think?
Peter, go ahead.
Oh gosh.
Peter, go ahead.
You see that whole, and I asked you all this earlier before MX came on the live. I asked you all, I said, where those two guys were from.
Right.
A man say one from St. Vincent and the next one from Barbados. What are those two countries known for? They
Tourism.
know for tourism. Understand where I'm going with this? I told
so
you
oil and gas now make it.
I
Go and talk to your government now.
No. It's not about that base. Listen to what I'm trying to explain to you here.
What? Do us something. Do us a service, Peter. See.
Base. You see? I talk a good thing and you want to get kicked. So go ahead.
No, but you're talking politics. We're not staying away from politics.
Go ahead.
Base, come down from there. Come down.
Open with it. I apologize. Open with it.
Peter, I want you to speak.
Yeah, you
speak, Peter. Speak. I'm listening.
All I'm saying to you is that those places have tourism. And you never know who listening in the crowd. You never know who go there for a holiday. You never know what in the background influence those things. We in Trinidad and Tobago just make music for three things I told you all. We make music for promoter to hire we make music for soca monarch, and we make music for a road match.
So none of these songs we make all these years could not make it.
Entertain people. They make music to entertain people. So you find that when somebody go there on a holiday, on a vacation with their family, and they hear a band play, they would not hear Kevin Little sing the song, but they would hear a band play the song, or some little body play. And where they get that song from? Where that thing from? When you see those people, those are the people that they hire on all those little cruise ships that go all around the place and tour the place and do all kind of things. Those are the that take those things and make them bigger than our thing. And that is the advantage those little islands have on us. When we start to make music to entertain people base, that is when we will reach and we will make an impact in the world.
Well, I mean,
all right,
Peter, I might disagree with you. But we do entertain people. You know, Peter, see, it's not only about the music that we make, it's about the genre that we're in. Because I'm talking about this particular DJ that was playing. The DJ played it in between, where after he played what is called dembow. You know, that's a new genre over the reggaeton now, which is the dembow. Imagine them have that now, dembow. That big now, right? Dembow. And then after he went into Afrobeat. So he just slipped in that little just slipping that Kevin Little turn me on in between there. He probably doesn't even know it as soca. He doesn't know it as soca, because when I was playing it back then, he used to say, "Can you play that reggae song, Turn Me On? Can you play that reggae song, Tempted to Touch? I really like that reggae song." You know, they think of it as reggae. They don't even know the word soca. Look, just the other day, when these people from Twitch came to do a show in Trinidad, and they were doing it in Queen's Hall, a virtual show with Nadia and some other female artists, they was asking, "So how do you spell soca? How do you spell that?"
Base come now, man. You know
God, Nadia Patrice, something I don't know all the names, but I don't name them. God, you know, but they don't know.
Hold on, Base.
Yeah.
Base, I understand where you're going, right?
Right.
I wanna ask MX this question, and I wanna ask Peter this question.
Please do.
These guys been in the industry over 30 years, that's same, right? 25 to 30 years, right? Scarface came on the live just now, and Scarface was saying, we don't have unity in the industry, we don't have togetherness, we don't have love in soca. Talk to me. You all in the industry.
Well, that is the man who sings soca.
Man sings soca train.
He sings soca train. I mean, that says it all.
Right? Yeah. The man said we are lacking unity, we are lacking love, we are lacking camaraderie.
Well, that exists in every business, you know. That exists everywhere. Normal human beings, right? Unity is always an issue. Being on the same page is always an issue.
So third base.
What we're dealing with right now is the fact that we have a
Base,
look at you there.
Yeah, but somebody killing somebody.
They're coming for you.
They're coming for me. They're going to deport me. I'm on vacation, boy. I just only pass it.
pass, let it pass. Wait, what last siren, boy?
Yeah, boy.
What?
So it's not you that coming for the race, boy?
There's an ambulance. There's a hospital up the street.
Wow.
Yeah, continue, man. Continue, MX.
Yeah. So unity will always be an issue. Togetherness will always be an issue. Being on the same page will always be an issue. Those are regular issues in the day of everybody's life, right? Us being able to unite and have a common goal, right? To go after something, to achieve something. In our business, because much of what Peter was saying, because everything is based on, most things are based on Soca Monarch, road march, being hired. There's this competitive nature, right, that exists. And because of how the industry may have been set up now where you actually have DJs who on the radio working with artists, it will be a little bit more competitive because everybody's want to support the team and want to do their assignment, ace their assignment.
DJs who singing.
Don't point at me, brother.
I didn't come on the live to even to talk about that. You know, we staying where we need to stay.
All right.
You can't steer me. You can't steer me after 26 years into saying something I don't want to say. Right?
Yeah.
Big, we understand, greater cock than you crow and end up in a pot of pillow. So careful. Right? This thing that we doing had to be bigger than the Monday and Tuesday. It had to be bigger than the competition. Because the world has been looking at us for many years and has seen the potential of a few artists well. But because we ourselves don't treasure what we have, we make music faster than most industries, which some will see as a plus. But we don't have albums, right? We don't have our stuff up on certain platforms because the times have changed. The times that the technology is there now for us to do these things. And everybody will support their own. My mother will believe that is the best child in the world. She's not going to get the neighbor child more than me. So everything is sectioned off in such a way that is very competitive. We already established that. But when we're talking about the music itself, this is where more symposiums need to be had. I'm going to talk things that going to scare people and bore people. Because I'm not just an artist. I am an advocate for these things. This is where you need to have more symposiums with artists,
platform.
with managers. These people need to sit down, whether it be in the university campuses, and let's organize what it is we are selling to the world. Because all these major music genres have done the same. There's a thing called ADE in the Netherlands for EDM. Every year, people venture from all parts of the world to hear what's new in terms of music, technology, all these different things. What are we going to do to advance the music? When is the last time we had a meeting of the minds, so to speak, to advance the music, where we have a panel, where we have people, questions and answers, where we have things like workshops, all these things and showcases, all these things are important in developing an art form. So instead of me talking about fight down and no unity, we're not organized. Because in the great Roman army, it had factions. It had people who was against one another. And we're talking about 100,000 men, right? Marching that don't like one another. But they were organized. So when anyway they put on that eagle and say, this is Rome, it's Rome. They could be in England.
That a common
they could
goal.
be in Norway.
Yeah.
Right? It's a common
goal.
goal.
Yeah.
This is Rome.
I
may not like the general that I serving under, but this is Rome. Right? And this is what we need. We need a common goal and we need to be organized.
No,
if we are not
it goes back to what you were saying about other genres, like hip hop. Hip hop is very competitive, very competitive. But at the end of the day, they know the common goal is to get that Grammy, get those sales, get those things, and it is about hip hop.
Exactly.
A record company, DMX, rest his soul, would have never released that same album the same time with Jay-Z and this and that and the kind of thing. Because I mean, if somebody, you know, what I mean, it's not about that. It's not about that fight. Not about that. It's about a greater goal.
We need to learn from the people who have been successful at this globally. Yeah. I'm not saying go watch somebody who live in here and watch their success and not follow it. You need to, because we all need to be inspired by everybody's accomplishment. Rather than hating on it, be inspired by it. But what we don't have is an organization. We do not have a musicians union, right? There are certain things that we need to establish where artists have rights, right? Where the parliament could say, ratify these things and say, okay, these things are law. These things are part of the constitution. And artists not supposed to be, have a minimum wage for artists who now coming out, right? When you pass a certain amount of years, I just babbling, but there need to be things that are put in place that are part of law. If artists have to pay taxes just like everybody had to pay taxes, there must be some sort of, you know, compensation, rebate for this, that, the other. You could bring in certain equipment. These things probably exist, but we need to be organized. Forget reaching the Billboard charts and winning Grammys. If you're not organized, time game day, you'll get 5 like how Manchester United get 5 from Liverpool.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Well done.
So I know here to talk about why we ain't unified and who fighting who. I got big man. I don't have time for that. Right?
Yeah.
Because I get fight from since I small. And I still here.
Yeah.
Grace of God. Right? So fight never do mean nothing. It just make me more focused and more vigilant and more diligent to achieve my objective. So guys, we need to get more organized. And this is not a soca thing. This is a Trinidad and Tobago thing. Our mindset is need to be more organized.
Yeah, man. Respect to that. Now, we haven't spoken about a very important, you know, part of the entertainment, very important thing that Peter C. Lewis was a part of, and that is Synergy TV. Synergy TV was very important in the come up of, you know, entertainment and the artists in Trinidad.
Peter, wake up.
Give him them.
Peter.
Those visuals.
Peter age now. Peter, wake. You see that? You look at next year, no. Wake up, eh?
Yeah, boy. Peter C. Lewis, Synergy TV. Tell us about Synergy TV. How did Synergy TV start? Synergy TV.
Normal. But it's like, how that start, boy? That start because I was going to Jamaica all the time and seeing they had Hype TV and they had Ari TV. And it didn't have nothing like that in Trinidad. And in them days, I mean, it didn't have no YouTube yet. So it was the only way I could have seen the local artists perform. And I say, let me form that. And I went to Flow and I asked them. At the time it was Columbus, whoever it was at the time. And they say yes. And I just did it. Basically, that's how that was.
Yes.
Well, it did.
I want to commend you. I want to commend you on that initiative. Where you starting our Synergy, because I benefited as a young artist coming up too. I ain't gonna lie, first music video was on Synergy. Everybody senior, a lot of new artists got the opportunity. Also, Soca Star was also born from that, where Voice came from, Kemba came from. I mean, a lot of Second Star came from. A lot of the artists.
Yeah.
Was...
I actually did the promo for Synergy TV back in the day.
Yep, I remember asking Maximus to do that, and Maximus said, yeah, no problem. And we film it, the Gotti. Yeah, and that was that.
Hey, the late Gotti,
yeah, boy. Me so
let me go.
That starting though. That started from me being in London and watching X Factor. I tell myself, we don't have something like that in Trinidad, but we could do that. I remember we was going to Sweden and I wrote it down. I wrote the idea down on a vomit bag. You know, vomit bag and so I wrote the idea down. Yeah. And I went to the baseman first. I said, boss, you can help me with this idea thing. He said, how much you paying? I said, oh, it's like that, okay. And then I went to Dean, and Dean said, yeah, go help you, but whatever. So I find I was getting like a kind of cold shoulder thing about it. So when we land in Sweden now, I went to Marshall. I said, boy, I had this idea now. I want to do Soca Star. He watched me and said, hey, that's a real good idea. I'm that. We're doing that. I said, oh, okay, great. All right, fine. So now I get some support from him. I said, all right, fine. We go do it. Came back to Trinidad and I started to put things in place. And we didn't have a sponsor until the week before. And the week before we do it, because all the time the promos, they started running everything on the TV and they come on. So the week before now, B-Mobile come and say, yes, they're coming on board. And then KFC say, yes, they will come on board. So we had those two. And we say, all right, fine. So we started it. And then Paul Richards was the judge. Carol said, not a problem. But Marshall was there as a judge, and we had Beaver, and that whole thing
Beaver in the
just started like that, and I never knew where it was going to be because I always the thing about synergies, I used to let these young people, because when a lot of young guys used to be there, I just used to let them I just used to guide it. So they would come with the ideas and they would do all these things and they would edit and they would say, look this, look that. And even down to the music that they would play, I say, oh, okay, that's what's going on. So, but when it comes to these soca things, I used to choose the songs that I like. Because for me,
right,
music is something I like, the musicality of certain things. So I would try at my best to find videos or find ways to create videos for the things that I liked, right? And I mean, people could get upset with that or how I was saying it, but the truth of the matter is when Steve Jobs made the iPhone, he made a phone that he liked. It wasn't a phone that
right.
He made a phone that he liked, the things that he wanted to see before. That is what he did, and that is why the iPhone became so successful. So to answer that question about how that whole synergy thing started up, it was things that I liked, that I wanted to see on TV, that I find it didn't have on TV, that I put there, right? And
I just want to add.
Go ahead. That's what I
just want to add to you, Peter. I seen Bad Boy Beer on the live here. A lot of presenters were also, also got the opportunity like Bad Boy Beer with the husbands. Hands today also got that platform as a big platform.
Yeah, JD, look, JD there, yeah, JD again, all I know. But what I'm saying is, the thing about it is, I just used to guide people on that. And then Louis Lee Singh told me something, and I guess that's where the whole thing started to fall apart. You see, when the people who have money feel them is the ones with the ideas, you just have to step back and leave it. And I more or less walked away from it. I mean, I'm still a director there, but I mean, I walked away from it after, me and certain people had loggerheads. I'm still a director, still, whatever, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And it started to go down a different road, and I walk away. And I guess you could see what it is now. I mean, whatever it is, but
Jason Williams also, yes.
It is not what.
Yeah.
It's like Steve Jobs and iPhone. Steve Jobs gone. I think iPhone kind of lost the way, kind of way. It's the same kind of thing, but not that it wouldn't get back to what it is. I mean, I could always go back.
But it lost its essence. It lost its essence.
Well, it is.
All right.
Everything in life have a journey, and everything in life have a part of
time span.
Right?
Yeah.
And if it is that it has to go back and be what it has to be, then, if God permit, I will go back and I'll do what I have to do. But at the end of the day, I just was grateful for the opportunity to have done it and to play a part in other people's, career and stuff like that. And
very, very important.
Yeah,
very. No, Peter.
Ebony TV, and I'm trying to do the same thing with that, but the difference with that is I'm trying to tell people's story. So you find that there's a lot of story in the music that we do. For example, Maximus will have a nice story about soca train, or you will have a nice story about the CT go burn down. Which I said he will have a nice story about that. How do we, how do we tell those stories without the dying? You understand?
Right.
Every song, like Bass will have a song about TikTok. You have a story about TikTok. How did that come about? What inspired him to do that? And you understand what I'm saying? Even you, RKG, you have a story behind every one of us will have a story.
Your mic cut. Peter. Check your mic.
And you know what we don't talk about?
This new channel I have, M&E TV, that is where our stories must be told. And that's what I would like it to be.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
So I ain't gonna be TV thing.
Yeah. You ain't give your TV is you, boy. When they say Peter C, you say TV. If it's happening, it's on 6.
Hey, what? I love the people that know Peter. Peter, sing that for me now. Peter, please, sing that for me.
It's on 6.
Let me tell you that story now. Hold on. Let me tell you that story, right? I had to tell you that story, right?
Yeah, we listen.
I perform in London in a place called the Hippodrome, right? Like I did your research and the Hippodrome was a place in Trafalgar Square where Puffy and them used to go back in the day and perform and thing, right? So
Okay.
I am there in this place in the Hippodrome, and it was a Thursday. Now they picked me up in the Rolls Royce and thing, and I'll get real royal treatment and thing. And so I go in the
Yeah, boy.
So I am there, and I like looking to where to perform, right? So I see a little crate. So I tell myself by the DJ, I go climb up on that and I will sing, right? So in the back of my mind, I said, well, that's what I'm going to do, right? Now, mind you,
Stage.
this is how I think it's small mind, eh? Right? I see the little crate there, I not realizing the mags, the mustard, the place that I in, right? So hold on.
Magnitude, brother.
So the man do so now, he started to introduce me, Martin J. Martin J. come on, he started to introduce me.
Martin J.
Sing with Massive Chandelier. I know he's got Atlantic. I know he's with the big band Ecstatic. Watch me, from the time he say that, I see 25 bouncers come round on the stage. It'll make a big square in the middle of the place, right? I didn't know it had that place there before, like because I wasn't seeing all that. The 25 of them let's come round, and they make this big square. And as he said, welcome on stage from the big band Ecstatic, Peter Sailors. Watch when the stage started to come up from the ground like Michael Jackson thing.
You lie.
Lights started to come up. And when I see how big that place was, and balcony and all kind of things, I said, nah. I started to knock Martin J. Show. That's not for me. That's not for me. That's not for me. Watch me. I go on that stage. I sing everything from Susanna to every single thing to think about.
You get glad.
When I realized I ran out of repertoire, I say, anybody here know Peter C from Sin when he start? Let me see how you heard Peter C fans. And about, if it's happening, I hear the whole crowd, but it's
on 6.
Hey! You lie. So wait, you say a commercial and get forward?
That's one of Peter's biggest songs.
You say a commercial and get forward?
Yep. What's me? And you know what was happening for me after that? I came back to New York right after that because that was the Thursday night. The Friday, flew back to New York to perform in a basement, boy.
I was disappointed.
That was
disappointment.
That was like you're going from so high in London there to come back to New York to perform. Oh God, boy.
Yeah. That remind me of
Peter, you know what is?
Yeah.
That you go wherever the show is.
I know, but
many times that.
But understand what I'm saying. You reach there, the hip
They went high. Oh, hi.
No, I will tell you something too, Peter. I will tell you something too. MX, I see men like Shaggy perform in the Grammys and still went in the ghetto in Jamaica by a turntable and perform. Up to this day.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
up to this
what he's saying is that it was so overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
This feeling, he can't believe this is the stage he performing on. He can't believe this place so big. And the performance here was a performance of a lifetime, in his opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
And right after that, after this surreal moment, when you land, you're performing a basement. So you want that emotional high.
Yeah.
But you know what it was though? From the time that you hear that drum, you can't load the drum program. We ready now. Basement or no basement? Crowd as a mashup.
Forward.
You have to do the thing.
Yeah, man.
Crowd as
That
a
was
mashup.
just a personal vibe, you know?
Of course.
Forward. MX, let's talk about the new music. All right.
Yeah.
You were I can safely say this. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were one of the guys that in the industry that came out from doing that dancehall. You transitioned to a whole lot of different genres. You're one of the few artists that really experiment, going. You know, I want to make up Marshall on this too. Marshall is another artist that has done a lot of experiment when it comes to the music, right? You experiment a lot. Big up Bungie, big up all the artists that really get into it. But you in particular, you go out of the box with the music. You know,
out of the box.
The direction. You have a new album out. Tell us about that.
Well, the reason why I experiment a lot is because I was given the license to do that. You know, I gave myself the license, but I was also allowed when I went into certain band rooms. I could remember Lion telling me, he used to play brass or Roy Cape. You know, he say, big man, you have a voice that is an instrument. You could sing any type of song. That is why I could say, even though I had my, strong dancehall reggae influence in my music, every time I go into a band room, whether they are ecstatic band room, traffic, these people used to allow me, these creatives used to allow me to be creative. And if it might be a little bit uncomfortable, then we'll say, well, let me reel it back a little bit because, you know, the audience we're going to perform for might be this age group, that age group. So let's kind of keep it, you know, in between. But it was always allowed for me to be creative. And I always knew that I would do music production because every time I go to a Club Coconuts, I actually, Shell Shock was the first man carrying me Club Coconuts and put a mic in my hand and say mic for him while he playing music.
Ah, boy.
So I wear a lot of hats in the music. I was encouraged to be on radio before 10, 15 years before I went into radio.
Right.
Because I remember lining downstairs, Link Up Production, going upstairs, hanging out with Active and Calabar, all these different people, and they open the mic and I start talking. And men looking at me a particular way and say, yo, you know you could do this radio thing, but we know you want to build yourself as an artist.
Artist, right.
I used to host Song Clash and all them kind of different things. So I'm one of the few artists that immerse myself into different aspects of entertainment. Now I'm a voiceover talent as well. I do commercials and all these different things as well. People know that. But when I started to do music production, and I could list a few of these songs that produce, right, which is Welcome to the Carnival. I wrote that song and produced it.
That's with you and Cohen Dubois.
Yeah.
Right.
I did the music for Full Extreme, right? Yuan just took it and finished it off where the world.
What? So Yuan was PDD?
Great song.
Yuan was PDD?
Huh?
Yuan was like PDD?
No. Yuan is my mentor, and I would say
Yuan back.
Yeah.
Right? He's a professor in this thing. And you wouldn't like me to say that, but I will say that.
Without Warren,
because he's a very modest human being.
Yeah, man.
Right? But, you know, I learn a lot from him. And we always have long discussions about production, different tools that you need to use, latest stuff, all these different things. We go into technical, we go in our technical journey for 2 hours straight talking about gears.
Yeah.
That's why I reach now. I know him talking about songs. I'm talking about gears, plugins,
making music. But when you reach that plugins talk, you know you're a producer. When you start to talk about plugins.
Yeah. I'm always searching for brand new plugins right through online. So you know, other songs, Juice, I produced that. What else? Inside the Festival, Lightning Flash, those songs I produce. Yeah. So, and there's a whole set of other songs that right now I can't think. Hectic, Mad City, I produce Mad City as well.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for a while. And this brand new album that I put together in the last year and a half because of COVID, stops and starts. You know, inspiration is a thing you need to create as well. You can't just sit down in front of a laptop and create just so. It needs some sort of inspiration, and the inspiration was my son. So I named the album Exit, which is the initials of my son's name.
Wow.
Shavi,
Nice.
X, Ignacio, I.
Nice.
Thomas.
Ooh, you hit them at DJ Khaled, boy.
Right? And Exit is a place that you go to either to leave, to transition to our next stage, right? He is my exit.
Yep.
Right? He's my exit. Anytime things get too hard, life get too hard, I just need to look at it for inspiration. Because that's what our young people are supposed to do. They're supposed to energize us.
Yeah, what does he listen to? What does your son listen to? What does he listen to? Okay, son.
Every form of music that he wants to listen to. I could remember watching the MTV Music Awards or Movie Awards a couple of weeks back.
Right.
And the opening performances, he walk outside because he doesn't really watch that much television.
Yeah.
Because everything now is in the palm of their hands. Right? And he came outside and said, Daddy, who's that singing that song? And I said, well, why you don't look and see him? Okay. I said, you know this song? No, he's 8. He said, yeah. I don't even know the song. And many times I go through that, you know, surprise, amused feeling with him because of the amount of music he knows. He loves calypso, loves soca, loves parang, loves EDM, loves anything that has a melody that he can catch on to. He comes in the room sometime and I'm building beats and say, excuse me, Daddy, sorry for disturbing you, but I think you should try so and so and so and so and so and so.
Great.
I kid you not.
Very
I swear
important.
to God on all that is holy and all that is dearest to me.
Yeah, great.
This is what he does at the age of 8. And he's been doing that for about 3-4 years now. Coming in, yeah, daddy, I want to help. So sometimes I take the mini keyboard, stop my vibes, stop my whole session, hand it to him, let him play some kicks, some snares, different things. And sometimes I get ideas based on the little things that he does.
Okay.
So there's nobody else that I could name this album after. And that was my why.
You're right.
Right? And what we need to teach our kids is that anything we start, we must be able to complete. Right? We can't tell them, you need to do the homework, you need to do this, you need to do that. And you yourself not doing your assignment. Every day I go outside and I work out for 30 minutes. My son, when he realizes about to get dark, he said, Daddy, you're going on exercise now. He knows that from birth.
Yeah.
Right? So he understands when you commit to something, you will get a result. Right? No, he's still growing, just like all of us. We're still growing. So this album is something that years from now, God willing, he lives to be 100 years. You can say, my father did this for me. I was the inspiration for this. He could tell his children and his grandchildren that's what we need to pass on to our young people. Right? Some hope, some belief that if you work hard, that if you put your best foot forward, you ain't going to be perfect, you know. But once you persevere, good things will happen.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Well said. Well said. MX, could you if you're in the studio right now, could you play us at least one song of the album for the viewers right now, the people are listening? Right? And
let me get some volume. This is the first track of the album. It's called No Enemies This Year. Listen to the words of city. So much of people get gunned down. Sunrise another sundown. Anything or anything. Why anything or anything. Check that. Never know when I your time. Do some good before you flat line. Anything or anything. Why anything or anything. When I rise up in the morning, I pray to be here this evening. I rise up with to God. Now gonna make it easy to take my soul. Now every man now gonna know them road. No enemies this year. Only friends round here. No enemies this year. Only friends round here.
Yeah, man.
I
could hear that song in the club I went to, man.
MX,
so much of people get gunned down. Sunrise, another sundown. Anything or anything. Boy, anything or anything.
That balance it up.
When are your time? Do some good before you flatline. Anything or
anything. Flatline, boy.
Boy, anything or anything. Cause when I rise up in the morning, I pray to be here this evening. I rise up with to go. They not gonna make it easy if you take my soul. Now every man now gonna know them roll. No enemies this year. Only friends round here. No enemies this year. Only friends round here. Order champagne. I make a toast and cheers. Only friends round here. Let me stop talk, yes?
Yo, Peter!
Let me stop talk.
Peter, wonderful song, I love it. Peter, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it?
Anything.
Anything.
Only friends
wrong here.
Right?
Yeah, man. Positive.
Peter, you have accomplished. Big up Jamoon. I've seen Jamoon Warren Civic live. Over the years, you have accomplished so much, Peter Silvers. You help a lot of artists. You help a lot of people in culture, in the music, in the art form. Right?
Laugh there, smile, boy. Smile there, boy.
No, you're still helping. As I said before, a lot of times people have that paved the way for many. Sometimes they really don't get the flowers. Somebody said on the live here, it's time for Peter C. Lewis to get his flowers. A lot of times you don't get your flowers. They wait until you pass to say, hey boy, Peter was a good one. Peter contributed this. Peter do this, Peter do that. But when you're here and you're alive, you don't get it. You don't get it. Peter C. Lewis, with the time God has given you here, what would you like to accomplish moving forward? And what do you want to be remembered for?
It's ironic you say that, because all of we will soon be a memory one day. And you want people to know, we want to know that people will remember you as somebody that, you know, you was here and that you helped them, basically. It's a simple thing. What I want people to know, I want to be remembered as somebody that helped people to achieve their goals. Because me, I had people help me to do certain things, right? And they helped me, and I always tell myself I will always try to help somebody or young people see their dream and their goals. You see, somebody helped me and gave me the opportunity to join a band, to sing in a band, to become an entertainer, right? Somebody gave me the opportunity to start a business. Somebody gave me the opportunity to start multiple businesses. But I now have to be able to do that back. And the one thing I want to do that I do yet is I want to adopt 2 children, because I was adopted.
Yeah, okay.
That is what that right now I'm trying to put in place.
Yeah, so but it's so hard in Trinidad, boy, to do that. It's very difficult.
Wow,
is it difficult?
I didn't know that. This is new to me.
Please listen to me carefully, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you might come across as though, you know, but this is a serious thing and a dear thing to me. And
no, I'm being very serious.
Or whether it's in Afghanistan, or whether it's wherever, I am going to adopt 2 children, because that is what I believe I need to do, because I was adopted. God gave me the opportunity to be placed in a family that loved me and cared for me, and gave me the opportunity to be what I am today. My children could see and be whatever they want.
Yeah, no, I wasn't being facetious. Or you think?
No, please, listen to me, base. Listen. What I'm saying, Maximus was talking about his child just now and talking about his thing. And what I could tell you is that he said the point about when you start something, you must be able to finish it. My first son mother watched me and say, Peter, thank you very much for allowing us to send our child to university. You know why? She said, because I could not watch my child in his face and tell him, after I tell him to study hard and do his work and do all this thing, that when he come out of school, that he can't go to university. And I said, okay, not a problem. I sacrificed and did all what I could do and make sure that my child went to university, and he's there. This is his last semester there now. This is his thing there, right? The second one is he's going away now. He's going to be doing the same thing very soon. So you see, you have to set little goals and little things. So as much as, you know, we want to get the music, this and that and whatever, you have to understand at some point in your life it becomes about them. It becomes about your children. It becomes about what you want people to remember you as. It becomes about those things. And now for me, I want to be remembered as somebody who helped people. So hence, I believe that I need to adopt these 2 children so that I could give them a future and give them the opportunity to see and realize their dream and their goal. And that is
which is a great thing. Great thing.
Well said.
Yeah. But what I was saying, wait now, listen. There are many people like Peter out there with those dreams and goals, but for some reason, in Trinidad and Tobago, it is a very tedious process, and we need to ease up that process, because there are a lot of children who could get a better life, a better woman, come out much better with better parents. So we need to look into that. It is. So
you know what? I'm gonna be honest. We started this live how long base? About 3 months now. 3 months we doing this live. And for some reason this interview very special to me. And I'll tell you why. Because I think the people, the viewers, the people who are locked on right now, and the people who are gonna see this, because it's gonna be posted on YouTube, gonna see a different light from MX Prime and also Peter C. Lewis.
Yeah.
If you understand what I mean. Because I never knew that Peter was adopted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we learned so much from MX tonight and also Peter. So this is something, and that's how important, you know, footage is. You know, because sometimes we look at Bob Marley, we look at Peter Tosh, we look at all these artists, and sometimes we want to get our homegrown artists, look at certain footage, and we don't have it. You know what I mean? And I remember this guy said, that Errol Fabian said, yeah, a lot of footage.
Yeah.
From Kitchener and all these artists. So these are stuff we need to get up on YouTube so the younger generation would see.
Yeah, but with all that, watch the time and don't let the live cut off, right? Watch the time.
Nah, man, the live will cut off. We have time. My phone charge.
All right, nice. But it was a very good interview, and it's great when people who are interviewing can ask great questions already as well.
I'm going to leave only with this one question. Did you all think that we should have ever stopped calling it Calypso?
No. That was one of our problems. That was one of our problems. I have always said that. One of our biggest problems is separating from the word Calypso. Again, let me go back to 2000 when I came up here, met Bobby Condas. I met Bobby Condas in a record store in Brooklyn, right? Still in Avenue there. And as I said, Bobby, why does he playing all these old soca songs? He was still playing Tiny Wine, same Tiny Winey, and I thought that he used to play my song, Make Me Feel High, you know. I said, well, and tease. I said, why are you playing all these old songs? He said, well, you know, we don't get the songs from JW Records. I used to go to JW Records and actually carry new, you know, soca to them to play in Hot 97, right? New. And you know what they used to call it? Calypso time. This is Calypso time. When you used to work from 5 to 7 on Sunday, it's Calypso time. That word Calypso is universal. Every Caucasian white person in the world know that word Calypso.
And that is why, and that is why.
Yeah. That's one of the ways we went wrong.
The Jamaicans have stopped calling it everything else they used to call it, and they're going back to saying reggae.
They never stopped. They never stopped. Dancehall was always the mother was always reggae, and dancehall was always the offspring, right?
I want MX to answer the same question that I asked Peter in terms of your career. You know, moving forward, MX Prime.
Repeat the question.
All right. What would you like to be remembered for? What would you like to accomplish moving forward? And what would you like to be remembered for?
But bro, I don't even know what I would like to be remembered for. I think right now what we're trying to achieve as young people, because we're still young.
We're still young.
To the highest of heights. Yeah, we're still young. We're still young. We gotta believe that, you know. Because the ideas that we have are still, still fresh. Even if the hair start to fall and start to get gray, the mind is still young and still active. So I would always, you know, if something has to be said about me among the many things that would be said, I was really passionate about what I believe in and what I'm doing. And I believe in acing the assignment. And I'm not afraid to fail. So I'm a person that, you know, if one thing must be said about me is that I try to be true to myself. And this is beyond entertainment, right? Try to be true to yourself. Try to help people as much as you could. Try to pass on positive vibes through messages and, of course, through the music as much as possible. Because somebody may meet you for 1 second and based on the mood that you're in, they will go with that and say, well, this man is a beast, or this man is this, or this man is that. But you know you, right? You know you. So, for me, the thing that I try to do is be the best version of me, learn from the mistakes of today, and hopefully tomorrow, by God's grace, we work on it to be better, because we are all work in progress.
Right.
As far as my career goes, I accept no limitations when it comes to being creative. Because if God bless you with more than one skill, it is your obligation, in my opinion, to showcase all that you have.
Thank you.
According to Michael McDonald and Patti LaBelle, I see that clock up on the wall, but they don't bother me at all.
That's Aretha Franklin, actually.
Changing time.
That's Aretha Franklin.
It don't bother me, right? Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Sorry, right?
Hey.
So it don't bother me, because as long as you have the time, you make the time, you delegate the time to showcase what you have, there will be somebody in different parts of the world will appreciate what you bring to the table.
Thank you.
Amen, amen.
Someone
brother.
says, I want to pick up the straight now. He says, this is rated as one of the most informative interviews on the live. So you see the kind of rating, no, let's get it tonight, fellas. Before we go, Peter and MX, we are trained Begonians. Peter C. Lewis, what is your favorite dish?
My favorite dish? Boy, pilau, boy. Pilau with
MX.
coleslaw.
Go play.
Brother, I'm going to make everybody laugh. I love mashed potatoes with tuna.
Okay. Mashed potato and tuna.
Mix up.
At the front
Mix
by.
up together.
At the front by.
Yeah,
Mix up
different.
together.
You're
No,
different.
the real mashed potato, not box mashed potato, the real mashed potato. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
These days, though, I'm making.
So you can either boil the potato.
Plenty.
He's a eat healthy. We had all other. That's one thing.
Plenty.
What other eat healthy, the fellas?
I like melon now.
Yeah, big up MX on his exercising and things.
Yeah,
all of
boy,
the exercise.
yeah, boy.
And little
It's
KG.
so funny,
Get on that belly now, boy. Get on that belly now, boy.
Listen, hey, hold on. I get my sexy on. Listen,
no,
I stop all the flour.
hold on.
I stop all the flour. I stop all the sugar. The last time MX say getting too big.
Yeah.
Remember MX?
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Tell me.
Everybody used to tell me.
Yeah.
Right, because everybody know
Maga Dan.
at that time I was swollen.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't have no problem with myself, you know. But that certain brothers used to say, they used to come and hit you in your belly.
Okay.
Right? Real outer timing thing. Because nowadays they can put somebody in court for that, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody can be touching in them areas, you know. So people come in and get you in their belly. What's going on with you with that boy? Fix that boy better than that boy. You's a young fella, boy. You going on the stage to perform and thing, boy. Come on, man. You have to do better than that.
Yeah.
And I live to see the day all the men who was giving me that talk, their belly get bigger than mine.
Oh God.
Listen,
So,
one more. Peter, your favorite icon of all time.
Don Cornelius.
Michael, boy. Michael gone. Can nobody like Michael again?
Michael Jackson, MJ, MX.
That's a tough question to answer, boy.
The way here.
Tough that. But
I see.
it will have to be MJ.
MJ.
The two MJs.
Boy, 2 MJ.
Okay. Yeah.
Fellas, I want to thank you all, myself and base, for this live. It's a very important live, very informative. As the people saying, thank you guys for the time. You know, I want to wish you all the best moving forward in your career, in your endeavors, anything that you continue to do. God bless. #Love Life. Base, we had to say.
Yeah, man. Respect. MX, you know, special respect to you. Always have that mutual respect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, base.
Yeah.
Base love all the time.
Yeah,
brother.
man.
Peter.
Peter C. Lewis. Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy,
Respect.
I think they send fair. I go send fair.
You
Listen,
always said it something,
funny,
right?
No. I find it. I recently find it. I was doing an ad, and I recently find it. I said, hey, I have to send this from Maximus. So
Yeah, man. Peter
Yeah.
always used to be real straight with me, right? If I even come a little bit off course,
Yeah.
you look at me so, you know, with them cat eyes now, like, what you talking about? I say, Peter, it's not that serious. So gosh, man. You know, because that preacher where you have is because I queen too. So, yeah.
But
Yeah.
MX, you started watching the live from beginning?
Yeah.
Peter,
You
I
might
want
not
more
want to be
questions.
on the live, you know.
I
You
want
want
more
to be on
questions
this
for
live, you
Peter.
know.
I want more questions. Peter,
Okay, you know, cut off
you're
like.
going to get married again?
Nope.
Hey, cool it.
Say just so.
Nope.
Just want to tell people, Exit is on all platforms.
That's right.
Whether it's Spotify, whether it's Tidal, whether it's iTunes, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Deezer, It's everywhere.
Yeah, man.
All platforms streaming right now.
Beautiful. Big up your TV station there, boy, Peter. See, boy. Tell them what to watch out again.
Give us your handles. Give us the Instagram
It's
too.
M&E TV is on metvnow.com. Facebook is M&E TV. YouTube is M&E TV, the and sign. And that's it. Our story.
Yeah, RKG, you playing your video? You playing your video? Yeah, playing your video.
I believe so. I love live. I believe so. People, hear what? Funny enough. Hear this, right? Hear this right, Peter. Alan Diaz who works by us.
Yeah.
We know Alan Diaz is an icon, a veteran. Alan tell my boy, do an interview on Peter's station. I get up in the morning, I see it. I get up in the afternoon, I see it. I get
what? Don't come there, boy. I'm a parang boy. Don't come there, boy. Parang boy. Christmas is love.
Right now, we killing the little boy, Aaron Duncan. They get up in the morning, you go see
Aaron Duncan, have a nice shot.
Aaron Duncan, you go see
There's always get your value for money, you know. There's always get your value. Yeah.
Don't worry.
From since back in the synergy days.
If it's happening, it's on, Peter.
It's let me end with that, Peter. Give me a piece. Let me end the interview. Let me end the interview with that now.
Oh gosh.
Let me end the interview with that. Give me a little piece.
What?
If it's happening,
give me a little piece.
Nah,
just that piece. Nah,
man. Nah. Here we go with you, right? You have a good night. Thank you for coming on. God bless you.
Yeah, boy. We're passing bedtime. Sleep well. I want to big up our Kieran K clothing. Guy, local designer got me feeling warm here in New York City. Big up Kieran K.
Fellas, have a good night.
Yeah, man.
Fellas, blessed. It was nice.
All right.
Respect. On the live next Wednesday.
Yeah, make your exit. Make your exit. MX, get it? Exit. Yeah. X.
Good.
Anyway.
BSA was nice.
Yeah, nice one.
It was nice on the live.
Sorry for shouting.
People check us out next week, Wednesday. Same time, 9 p.m. on your Wednesday. RKG, follow me at RKG the artist. Follow Bass.
Yeah,
and Bass TNT 3000.
Yeah, man. Check out the music.
Check out my new song.
Yeah, man.
Check out my new song, Love Life. RKG Love Life. And Bass have what?
All right, we had the Christmas parang, man. You know, I put soca parang. Christmas is love. We're pretty good. And of course, you know, the TikTok Mommy Challenge still continues. Big up all the TikTok mommies out there, you know.
Big up the TikTok mommies. We go on.
Nice. Yeah.